What's up? I'm Daemonxel, back again with your Eve Echoes Community News. That's right, where we take a deep dive into all the happenings of the week, all that stuff. Well, let's put that on hold for a second, because really, there's only one story for the past week, and we're going to get really into it, if you know what I mean. So, it's all about the AOA RMT Empire, and everything that's been going on since then. So, let's talk about it. Alright, before we get started, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. That's right, go on over and tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video. This way you can stay up to date with everything I do here on the channel. No matter which game I cover, whether it be Solo Leveling Arise, whether it be Eve Echoes, or the new game that's going to be coming out soon, Eve Frontier. Basically covering a wide plethora. So let's get into basically what is going on here. So, it's been discovered, and it's been... We've, for the last 2 weeks, and even in the last episode, we talked about cheating, RMTing, all that stuff. Venomune made this massive post and the campaign to get rid of a silent pilot due to scripting. And the whole community that was involved with Venomune came out against that. However, now that it's been proven with receipts about AOA and their RMT, that's Real Money Trade Empire, there's basically nothing but crickets on the side of the AOA allies. So, that's not to say that there haven't been voices of concern, but let's dig into this. There is a player on Reddit called Godicus. In the game, he is actually Enar Rule of WERE, and he is a renter from the Kraken Alliance. Now, this all started basically because he wanted to expose AOA of running this RMT empire. So he basically dug into his pocket and spent real cash in websites like G2G. That would be this website here. That's G2G. So we're going to look up Eve Echoes here. And Eve Echoes, you can get game coins, items, accounts, boosting, everything like that. So, game coins, as you can see here, that would be your ISK. Let's see, we have $15, let's see, offers right here, 15 offers. Okay, so this is ISK selling. And as you can see here, now the minimum you can buy is 4 billion ISK, and that is for $6.32 USD, right? And as you can see here, here's all the sellers on this account selling all this. Now this one is God. So as you can see, huge amounts of ISK being traded on this site. Not only game currency, but you can also do items as well. I think there's still supers up for sale here. Let's see, pages and pages, as you can see here. Dreadnought, Capsular Outpost, supers, tons of things you can buy on this website. Now, I am not in any way promoting. I'm just showing you, basically, this is the site that he did his research on. So let's go to the actual thread, which is, where are you? Right here. Okay. So this is a site, this is the huge post that basically got the community in an uproar right here. So basically saying that people have been asking for proof for AOA running an RMT empire, and there have been hints of scripting, botting, RMTing in the past, but no one ever had substantial enough evidence. So he dug into his own pocket, spent his real money to research where all the ISK is coming from, and basically trace it back to the source. So he said he spent this weekend investigating, putting his own money, as I said, to the Empire Works. Now, we're going to get into, I did talk to him to find out exactly how much money he did spend. Now, he said, let me just bring this up. Actually, I'm going to bring that up afterwards. Let's go through the post, and then I'll go through all the context that I sourced out afterwards. Okay, so he spent his real money. He has tickets pre-written, ready to submit to customer service, which he did do. Now, this post was from 4 days ago. He's hoping that all the ISK that he received and all the ISK that was going through these traders and everything has been is going to be removed and banned. But we're gonna follow up on that as well. Okay, so this is basically him doing everything here. And he says here, AOA makes no attempt to hide their activity. I have been sent ISK from multiple corp CEOs, founders, directors, and officers. One of these CEOs had made 53 single-day mule stops at various corps without missing a day. When they landed back in their corp in AOS, they were immediately assigned CEO and is now selling ISK collected from those 53 corps in AOA, AOS, AOX, NEEC, the Space Cows, that's TSC, TCOS, KRKD, and KRA. That's like, I think that's one of those is Kraken. The entire coalition is organized from the top down to funnel ISK and supers to a handful of sellers. At the time of the writing, there were 17 supers available to buy with real cash. When making purchases from the sellers listing these supers, the contracts come from the corp CEOs and the directors of the AOA corporations. AOA are the most organized alliance in the game. They are not simply overlooking 17 supers worth of mats and materials, not to mention every super and ISK sold over the last 12 months. That's only what's available right now. I'm sure there are some real players in the ranks. However, I'm even more sure that most of their players are on individual leveling, selling their ISK to the corporations, which then are flowing to the main sellers. AOA are employees, not the players enjoying the game, and the Discord shown by others with 2,000 plus buyers and sellers in their network. Basically, this is what AOA has been doing, right? He says, every account that has sent me ISK after I made the purchase will be reported to the game via ticket. I would ask that every single person concerned by this message customer service and urge them to investigate. If anyone is unhappy that ISK selling is not policed by NetEase, as evidenced by the fact that CEOs are not concerned with being banned, spending purchased ISK from their own accounts, leave a negative review on the game. So yes, there is a campaign currently right now, which we're going to get into, where everyone is asking them to go to the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, and basically review bomb the game until NetEase takes action against this. He also urges that any group blue to AOA, he would urge them to drop your blue standings. Basically, being blue is actively supporting this RMT operation. He says each hauler that passes safely through your gate camp is full of loot to be sold for more ISK to sell. Each blue group on their border is an extra safety net for their organization. If you are renting from AOA, he recommends that you stop rent payments immediately until your group drops the blue standings. There are links from mules moving from groups like Kraken to AOA and selling ISK. It is very likely it is in your own rent payments that are being sold, so stop contributing. Now, if anyone thinks that this is, just someone having a grudge against AOA or a grudge against Kraken, he basically states here that he himself is renting from Kraken. And as soon as this post goes live, he's going to urge his own alliance to basically halt any rent payments to Kraken due to this. It says, if you have bought ISK in the past, please take a screenshot showing the contract of the incoming ISK. Feel free to cover your own name and contract number just to expose the account sending you ISK. Email screenshots to echoesrmt@gmail.com, and he's going to release the identities of all the ISK sellers uncovered. Now, he has this huge flowchart, right, of all the payments. Now, we're going to blow this up here. We got it here. We're going to bring this up. Let's maximize this picture here. Okay, so let's go from the, let's get rid of this. Okay, let's bring this over here. So as you can see, it's a huge flowchart. We're going to stop from the top down. Okay, so he says here that Graceful 3-month wine member, possibly newly sold account, seemed to be an active PvP. So he's marked each of these things with flowchart, with nets, seeing where the ISK is flowing to, where it's all going to, and how it's being gone through the community. It says here, director rank ISK seller with multiple AOA corps in history. CEO founder was ECNC CEO alt. That's right here. TZM going to RSA. That's an ISK seller. Director ISK seller passed to ZMDY in AOS. Basically, I'm going to leave a link to the post below, but here's all the organizations, right, in AOA, all funneling down to this account. which is the QQNN CEO, direct is seller. This is the one that made 53 one-day mule trips and then joined as a assigned CEO. And here is the other accounts right down here and the organizations they belong to. Now, let me bring up one of the issues. Now, here are the alts that he found himself, right? These are the names of the players and their distinctions within the organization. So, we have a finance officer, and as you can see, I can't read Chinese, so I'm not going to be able to read this. We have in AOX, the SRSF director, also the URUS CEO from AOS is in there. Let's see, the CEO of AOS, EMX Alt, TMBG. We have Graceful right here, which is a 3-month wine pilot involved in Silent Alliance. We have AOS CEO, and this is a massive. This is the one that has that had the 53 stops. We have this pilot here, which is unaffiliated. We have this pilot here. You know what? Let me bring this up in a bigger view. There we go. That's a little bit better. We're up. So, okay. So we have the Graceful, which is a 3-month wine pilot. We'll go through both sides now here. Okay. So we have JoJo. This one's unaffiliated. This one is SRSF for an AOX. This person right here is in JoJo. This pilot is in URUS in AOS. This one is in ZPLI. He's the director. Corp founded by ECNC CEO Alt. This character right here is in EFRI. This character right here is in the Space Cows, CYLN, possible CEO link. This character here is in TNPN, also Y3. Little sister here is a SRSF CEO and founder. This character is the director link to the ECNC CEO. This one is in NEEC in the corporation TNPN. This character is in KTK, JoJo, WDTA. Let's see here, AOA, NEEC, JoJo again, and Boo. Okay, so those are what we have there. Let's bring over here. These are all the ISK sellers, right? So let's go to the next image. Okay, so this next image is in a different thread. This is where he actually contacted some of the CEOs on these corporations, such as the Space Cows, right? This is where he contacted the player Crotor, and this pilot was in CYLN. And the person message here, he says, I'm the longest running CEO in CYLN. I see that Crotor is on that list. We in CYLN having no RMT and no botting stance. Can you please provide me with the proof that you have him being part of this RMT ring? So he does. He supplies the contract, the player, everything that he wants for this. So what happens then, right? This is again, here is the person, Crotor01 Dust. These are the contracts and the G2G payments and delivery. As you can see here, this is the receipt from G2G. And here is the contract itself showing he transferred 3.2 billion into that account. Now, this is the pilot, Crotor01 Dust. Now, I'm going to show you another picture, and you're probably wondering, why am I showing you this picture? Well, right here is now Copper Badger. Also in CYLN, Greystone Industries, involving the Space Cows. Now, what happened was, as soon as this message came out, as soon as this Reddit thing came out and there was investigations in these pilots, this pilot changed his name from Crotor01 Dust to Copper Badger, thinking that that is going to absolve him of anything, that he won't be able to be tracked due to the name change. However, I guess they forget that anytime you change your name, there is a record of it in the game. Anytime you look at employment history, you'll be able to see if a pilot has changed their name. Now, at the time of this post, he basically states that he was approached by that person asking for the evidence, confirming that they have a no RMT policy. And he says that since that last post, many ISK sellers have changed their name on their accounts, dropped corpse in an attempt to hide. Again, don't realize that the name is being tracked. But he did say that this pilot itself was still in CYLN after the name change. Now, I did reach out to Stony Sluts, the head of the Space Cows, and of course there's a follow-up to this, because I did also ask Godicus a few things about it. Let me bring that conversation up real quick. So, I basically want to know basically how much money he spent in doing the research on this, as well as if he wanted to release any other information by the time I was making this video. He basically said, when I first contacted him, he was crazy busy at work, but he had spent 750 pounds, the equivalent of about $1,002 US, right? Now, it says some other things here, which we're going to touch back on. It says here that Cloud itself, the dev you see on the official Discord, is investigating, but he said it could take a very long time. Now, if you remember anything about whole huge in-game investigations, Honk at the time, way back, I think this was in the first year of the game, was basically showing evidence about how ores could be duped and how people were just making bank on how many things. And it took about 6 months to a year for that investigation to fully flesh out and for those accounts to get banned and, actions taken. So these investigations do take a very long time. Now, he does say he's working on a best way to fully expose everything, all of the players involved in this, and he's going to be making a series of deep dive posts on the Reddit into the accounts that had sent ISK to him. He's going to show evidence in each post, and particularly the CEO accounts. He says, I'll probably be making the first within the next 12 hours, so be sure to see one either tonight or tomorrow on this on Reddit showing that. Now, moving forward, I will be covering each of these each week to see where we're going with this, see if there's any progress being made on the story as well. Now, he did want me to know that the CEO finally got back to him after being called out directly, confirming there is seller who has been kicked. So that guy, KOTOR, who changed his name to Copper Badger, has been kicked from CYLN. However, there is still a pilot within the Space Cows in GHS that still has not been kicked at all. And that would be this character, this person right here. As you can see, he sent 3.5 billion ISK in a ISK selling contract, and there's the receipt for that contract as well. So that's what we have on that pilot. So yes, the CEO of CYLN did take a stance and kick that person out. Now, before I get into statements from directors and stuff like that, there was another post that was made where he did report everything to the customer support of Eve Echoes. And as you can see here, the statement he got back from customer support is that, thank you for your report. After review, we were unable to find any abnormal activity worthy of punishment by the reported account. We will continue to observe the player and will punish the player if we detect improper behavior. Be assured that we have the automatic detection system that quickly stops cheating or incorrect behavior in game. We are always working hard to maintain fair and healthy game environment for all our players. Thank you for your report and understanding. So basically, they really don't care about RMT at all. I mean, obviously, Cloud's going to be doing a deeper dive in this. This is just surface level right here. But on surface level, it's basically saying that they really don't give a crap about people really, selling accounts for money, selling in-game items for money, or selling ISK for real money as well. So they are not against RMT at all. However, back when, they were, we're suspending all these accounts for botting, we're suspending all these accounts for, illegal ISK selling. I believe that's all just a front. That's all just a show. Now, in these multiple threads, a lot of people were calling out Vetemune saying, well, why are you being quiet now? You were so adamant against going about that one person who you PvP'd against, who you felt was scripting, and, you led this whole crusade, and why are you being so quiet now and not, hitting this with the same amount of zeal? People were posting images from previous conversations with Vetemune saying that AOA pays him to protect them, and it's not his problem for other people to deal with it. I'm being fair here, right? You guys know me, I do get opinionated, right? But I will give credit to where credit is due. That original post is up to almost 200 replies, right? So it could have gotten lost in there, but I was able to find it out. Vetemune did post 4 days ago when that post was made, basically saying that he got downvoted when making a suggestion of working as an undercover agent to expose any wrongdoings and reporting them to NetEase. Looks like you actually did it. I am sure that it was tedious to go through each support ticket and explain what is happening this many times. I guess all there is to do is wait and see what NetEase's decision is going to be. You can ask for any updates on the tickets as well, as they usually respond back in a day. Would you be able to do another post and upload pictures of their decisions to follow up investigations? I done this to the last cheater reporter to NE and was able to tell me what accounts were being penalized. I'm pretty sure you can do the same as well, although it might be hard to keep up with this many accounts reported. Thanks for putting yourself at risk of getting banned, because obviously he took part in RMT to do this investigation, and hopefully NetEase understands and targets the bigger fish instead. So, I know a lot of people are against VetImmune and calling him out on this, but I do have to give him credit for this. He did post in support of getting rid of the RMT and working with this to solve this bigger problem of the game. So I also reached out to a lot of the heads of these big null-sec sectors, alliance heads, stuff like that, to get their opinions on everything I was saying. And I turned around and said, also, guys, when this post first came out, that one person, I think, I forget what the character was named, let me see if I can find the picture here. Here it is. Graceful, that line pilot. Silent kicked him out immediately. And we was within the first, few hours of that post going live. So, at the time, Silent was one of the only corporations or only entities that did take action. CYLN followed up afterwards. I think it was a day or two afterwards, and they removed that pilot as well. So 2 out of, I think he said 30 30 organizations fully that he investigated have only kicked out the pilots. Now, I did reach out to Taylor Rick, since he is the executor of Silent Federation. They're saying, as the executor of Silent, is there any official statement about the RMT scandal? And I also congratulate him being the first to take action of getting rid of that pilot. He says, Silent has always stood against botters and RMT, and that will never change. I am not surprised that we were the first to kick and ban a player from this investigation posted on Reddit. I am surprised that no one else has. I guess that's what happens when you're lying in AOA's bed, and that's his official statement. Now, I did also reach out to Stony Sluts, the head of the Space Cows, saying if they had an official statement, as well as sellers being identified in CYLN. Obviously, there are also sellers in GSH. He says, trying to change your name in a game that literally shows your name change is the dumbest thing possible. But as far as RMT goes, my stance has always been this. My alliance coffers don't make any more ISK than the taxes I bring in. We don't benefit from it, and that's not my role to police the TOS in this game. My role is to provide content for my community. You've probably seen the post. The guy was reported, and NetEase has said they see no wrongdoing. So until that verdict changes, I take my stance, like others have said, NetEase has the final say on its game. You can 100% quote me saying that it's the dumbest thing possible. So, yes, until NetEase basically says this is wrong, Stony Sluts will not remove or force any of those corporations to remove said pilots. Now, I did also reach out to Jacoba of Kraken. And Jacoba basically said, and I said, where did I say here? Reaching out about the RMT scandal going on currently. I know Kraken was brought up, however, I don't believe any names were released within Kraken community. Is there any official statement from Kraken? What is the official policy on RMT within Kraken? And of course, I was asking this of a lot of the null sector sovereignty. He says, we have no official statement on the matter at this time. He goes, on a personal level, I believe I've been very clear and on the record with my personal statements about this during both the EO1 podcasts that I joined. For clarity, those only reflect my personal point of view. So personally, he's against it, but for an official stance of Kraken, there is no statement on either side of this. Now, since then, as you can see here, the community is asking players new and old and past players who don't even play this game anymore. If you still watch this, my videos, thank you. if you do. I appreciate it. I really do. But if you don't play this game anymore, and so watch this, go on over to the Play Store, go on over to the Apple Store, and drop a 1-star on it, you know? Because RMT's out. And I think it's going to take a massive movement of players to review bomb this game. And I think we also need to reach out to organizations such as IGN, something like that, to get coverage of this and how basically the developers of the game, or NetEase, the developmental studio of the game, is basically taking no action on this, and they are supporting it. So go ahead and review bomb this, and you'll see basically everyone doing the same thing. So we can actually go over to the store there and see if we can find the reviews. All right, so we're over at the game now, and as you can see, they're let's go most relevant, I guess, right? Or most recent. Let's do most recent. There we go. Okay, so overall rating is still at 4.0. So we still need to do this a little bit more. Say fix RMT issue before the game gets ruined. RMT embodying is allowed. This one's from 925. It's good. Here we go. 420. The cost of request delivery is too high. The price for the Omega is still expensive. Okay, so this is just an honest one. Not even anything about RMT. Let's see. This one's RMT. Some, let's see, a couple 5 stars here. It says, you can absolutely not play this game for free. You need to pay to play. Pay to win. Always buggy. Chat doesn't work. When you jump from one system, the lag is 5 seconds. Don't waste your time. Would be a good game, but RMT is killing it. So as you can see, a lot of people are running with this campaign. So if you do want to help out with a stance against RMT, go ahead and review bomb the game itself. And really, that's the only thing we are covering this week on this episode. So thank you for watching the video, guys. I hope you found this entertaining, informative. No matter which side of the fence you fall on, I hope you found this, I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, let's just put it that way. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. I hope you guys enjoy my content moving forward. And until I talk to you guys again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Fly safe. And remember, on this channel, we are always one vision, one purpose, one friend. Also, be sure to catch Rambo and Taylor Rick on the Echoes of New Eden podcast every week. We didn't have one last week. You'll see me sometimes. There's a big swath of the community that is on the podcast from all places. Myself's on there. Jubilees is on there. OC Can't Stop from Provi's on there. There's a whole panel to discuss relevant things going on in the game. So it's a great time to be had on, for all. If you want to be part of the live audience for the recording, be sure to be on their Discord in the on the voice comm, so you can be taking part in this. And they're always looking at the on-air chat to enhance the episode as well. So go on, get over there. It's every Sunday. And until then, again, I'll see you guys in the next video.